I will switch in English. So we are very happy to have with us Amar. He's the head for Xcitium in Europe. And also we have Indu. He's an engineer. He's going to help us show all the best practices, all the great features that Xcitium provides. So, and of course, after Indu and Amar, we will take over and we will have the Q&A open all the time. Please feel free to ask any questions. And at the end of this event, our engineers, Thanasis and Fotis, along with Mike, we will take over and also try to explain many things or, do whatever you need us to do. For those of you that see us the first time, we are from TicTac Cybersecurity. TicTac Cybersecurity is the provider and distributor for Xcitium in Greece and the Balkans. We've been working with Xcitium for many years. We are providing incident response, data recovery and cybersecurity, along with GRC for NIS2 and DORA. And of course, a lot of things I will tell you at the end of this event, along with the features of Xcitium. I don't want to delay. I need Indu and Amar to start showing the features. And please feel free to ask any questions in the Q&A.
Just a small comment from my side, Panos, in order to pass it to Amar. As Panos said, we've been using Xcitium for quite a lot of time. And the magic of Xcitium is that it hasn't been hacked. So I think this is why you need to see this webinar, because we've seen that we've been in a lot of incidents. We've seen many vendors as TicTac. We've handled a lot of ransomed companies, and Xcitium is being put on the incidents during the hack in order to identify everything and stop everything. They have a patent technology. Amar will explain all about that. And this is a big opportunity to protect SMBs and enterprises. So Amar, if you're with us. If you're not, I will continue speaking.
I am with you. I am with you. Can you hear me?
Perfect, loud and clear.
Very good. Very good. You can hear me and you can see me, and I'm going to share my screen. And good morning, everyone from Greece. I wish I could say that in Greek, actually. A year has gone and you haven't taught me even that much. So good morning in Greek as well.
It's just Kalimera.
Kalimera. Kalimera to all of you. Good morning. And welcome to this session, a webinar on Xcitium. And we're going to show you why Xcitium is great. Not as great as you lot, but it's great alongside with you. Okay, so let me get my screen shared. Okay. There we have it. Very quickly, I jot that down. That's me, and I'm head of Europe at Xcitium. And I will share my contact details at the end. Let me tell you say a few words about Xcitium to start with. Xcitium is not a new business as such. It's not a new name either as such. So what we had was, for years, you might have heard of Comodo Security. Comodo, at one time, owned over 50% of the SSL certificate business in the world. And that's the credibility that goes behind this organization. And we are today owned by the same man that owned Comodo. He is our CEO. He's based in the US, and I work directly with Mali. Mali is the CEO of Comodo or Xcitium. And what happened was, back in 22, rightly or wrongly, we changed the name from Comodo and started trading as Xcitium Security. Comodo SSL certificate business had been sold a few years back for like lots of money, $1.8 billion, I think it was. So we had a lot of money to invest in this business. and we created this endpoint security to start with, antivirus, and then we added on top of that, and then you will see why why we are where we are today. Okay, so it became Xcitium in 22. We have a say 6,000 plus. We have more than that now because that's been there for a year or so now. We have lots more than that customers internationally all over the world. Some of the names you see there listed in this slide, and we have lots of shipping companies and lots of other customers, and we have TicTac, of course, in Greece, with thousands of endpoints that they manage for lots of resellers and lots of end customers throughout Greece. Okay, and we were there last week at the Infocom show as well, presenting about Xcitium. And why are we so great? Because we are always looking to create something unique for a given problem. So solving the cybersecurity problems, we created new technologies, new ways of doing that, which means we can apply for patents for these new technologies. So a lot of our technology is patented technology that we utilize, which means basically that if we've actually put all of those ideas, all of that brain work behind it and creating a solution, a proper, unique solution to a problem, that we can actually, us and our partners can actually cash in on that. So that, and also you can go to your customers and you can offer something better and unique than anybody else on the marketplace. Okay, so that's Xcitium in a nutshell. I am head of Europe. I have a team of people that work within here, and we have lots of partners within Europe, who I'm grateful to, that work very closely with you. And I understand that most of you in this meeting are resellers and MSPs, and I am very, very glad to have you here with us, and thank you for joining, and hopefully you would be our partners as well and join the Xcitium family as such. Okay, in terms of where we're coming from is two things actually primarily, and one is that detection is not full protection. Now, I'll tell you why I say that, because detection works on what I know. So you're looking at the data that's flowing in and out of your organization, and then you look to see if it's good data or bad data. And the way you actually ascertain whether it's good or bad, I know you can do anomalies and so on, but generally speaking, you will have signatures. You'll have some sort of known element. So you know it. You know this is good, or you know this is bad. So you detect the traffic. If it's good, you let it through. If it's bad, you stop it. But what if you don't detect it? That's where we come from. What if you don't detect it? Okay. And I will share the second bit as well with you. But let's look at this point of if you don't detect it. All right. What do the other people do out on the marketplace for endpoint security? And I will show you the whole product set that we have. But let me just focus on this one point about detection is not protection, and show you here. So, okay, if you're looking at traffic that's coming to your endpoints, okay, you will have antivirus signatures, you can have intrusion detection signatures or rules, you can have anomaly detection, but it's all detecting. You could also have whitelist. You could have whitelisted database, and then you could say that is all good. So you know it's good, you let it through. You know it's bad, right? At the bottom of the screen arrow, you know it's bad, and then you block it because you have the mechanism loaded in the kernel modules as kernel modules, like CrowdStrike did, and you block them. Okay, but in CrowdStrike's case, it was a different issue because they had to load a kernel module, and the kernel module that they loaded at that one unfortunate time for them it hadn't been certified by Microsoft. So Microsoft said, we don't know you, therefore we're not going to even boot. And that happened. So known bad, you can block. Known good, you'll get through. We deal with unknowns. So the unknowns are absolute 0-second ransomware, absolute 0-second threats, new threats. And we also deal with unknowns that enter your endpoint via the USB stick, via hard disk, via the network shares, via anything. We deal with all of them. And the way we deal with them is that we create a virtual machine and we run that at we call it kernel level virtualization. Okay. And my colleague, Indu, is going to go through that and explain that and show you a demo of that actually. So don't worry, you will see how that works. But for now, let me say this. What we do is we spin a virtual machine. We run this unknown ransomware or it could be anything, any threat. It could be good or bad. It doesn't have to be bad. It's just unknown. We don't know if it's good or if it's bad. We run that in their virtual environment, and then we decide, talking to a backend cloud and also our analysts, they look at it. We decide whether it's good or bad. It doesn't affect your desktop. It runs in the background and it makes a decision. And if it's good, it's through. If it's bad, it's marked and it's blocked and so on. So what does that do for you? What it does for you is it takes you away from detection. It doesn't matter if you have a pattern, a signature, a rule set, a policy, or anything for blocking certain types of executables on that thing. If it executes, we pick it up. Simple as that. If it executes, we pick it up. Now think about it. What else could execute? What could execute is if a user clicks on a file and then the file then execute. This is how ransomware spreads, right? The users click a file. So we take the user out of the equation as well. You don't have to depend on the user. Those are the two very fundamental and big things, big points that you got to remember. We take the detection out and we take the user out of the equation because we can deal with anything the user can click. Okay. So those are the two things. We give you those two to go to the market and nobody else has it. In fact, in the last 6 days, within 7 days, we replaced a well-known competitor at a well-known big company with this purely for 2-3 points. There are others we will show you. I think Mike is going to cover our remote management tool, and he's going to show you what's unique in that as well. Okay, that's what I wanted to say about endpoint security. So remember, two things on endpoint security is that we take the detection and the user out of the equation. Okay, big things, big steps. And this is a patented technology, so nobody else can use it. We have 10 years patent left on it, and we have thousands of customers. We have millions of endpoints actually that we are managing with this. Okay. Let me go straight to this slide. So in addition to that, what do? We do endpoint security, which is on the left-hand side, which I've covered already. Then we do device management. And device management, my colleague Mike is going to cover in detail on that. Okay. Then we have this Xcitium managed network security. And that's important. At the network level, we have built-in SIEM. It's a virtual software. You can run as many as you want. So you can build 10 sensors. If you got 10 network segments, you can run 10 of these XDR sensors. We don't charge you a number of sensors. We just charge you as per the size of your network. Okay. We can take in all of the logs from everything, from firewall, from switches, from anything that can write to syslog. We ingest those logs and we manage that 24/7, 365. So in a nutshell, endpoint security, combine it with network security. So if you've got a network of 100, 200, 500 users, okay, we want to pick things up at the network so that they don't even get to the endpoint. That gives you network security. Plus, we manage your firewalls and all the holes that might be on in the network, and we offer you that as a complete security for your entire network. So you can just go to sleep and leave it to us and leave it to our partners. You know, TicTac provide that service locally in Greece, working closely with us, and then we can manage your entire security. On top of that, we also have Google Workspace security. Okay, we will touch on these. We can do question answers as well. So we have Google Workspace security. We also have O365, MS365, you know, security as well in cloud. In addition to that, we also provide you a CNAPP solution, cloud native application portal. Okay, it's not here, but it is here actually. CNAPP in yellow, the third one on the right hand side from the top, and the CNAPP solution does the whole of the cloud security posture management, Kubernetes security posture management. It does application security posture management. So if you have, as a reseller, if you have a customer, an enterprise customer that has lots of cloud-based servers, okay, AWS, Google, Oracle, any cloud, even in private cloud, we have our solution works even in private cloud. Okay, and I could do a whole chapter on CNAPP for you. So we have that solution. It's important to know that because these days you're getting hybrid situations in enterprises. In enterprises, you're getting cloud computing, which is totally resident in cloud. So you go AWS cloud, whatever, they're spinning virtual machines, and they have lots and lots of servers running in cloud. Actually, they don't even know cost analysis. So we have cost analysis built in this CNAPP solution. And that then you combine with the endpoint. So that way, working with Xcitium, you can offer the complete solution. Right. What do we do then? Partnerships. We believe in partnerships. And I don't mean that just words. I mean it seriously. Okay, we offer you patented technology. You can go to your customers and say this technology is special, and you can prove it to them that is special. Okay, we offer you full-time good technical support, here now type of thing. We say here now. We say we are 24/7, 365, helping you with getting your customers protected. Timely response. We have all the product training. We have relationship management. You get me, you get my colleagues, you get all the TicTac people, everybody. We all are here to help you. And the bottom last couple of things, high margins. We want to reward people for working with us. We think we're in partnership. We want to share that whatever we make out there with you, we will work on comparatively very high margins for you. And we have lots of leads because we have lots of downloads of our free software. We give free basic software for remote management, and there's lots of downloads of that, and hassle-free sales process. That's all I'm going to say for now from my side, and I'm going to give it back to Panos. And Panos or Mike, are you picking it back up? And then go for it.
So
thank you.
I just want to add to. Thank you, Omar. I just want to say to everybody that when we started working with cybersecurity, we had to find a solution that we truly believe and we can actually use, and we can be sure that it cannot be penetrated. And then we started building the MSSP services. We were one of the first MSSP service providers here in Greece, and Xcitium gave us the opportunity to have full visibility on the customer, to have full visibility of their machines, split them in work groups. We know where the servers are, what applications they have. So we found a wonderful RMM tool, remote management and monitoring. And on the same side, we found something that cannot be hacked. For a weird reason, we have seen that in action. We have actually, when we go in a ransomware incident, we deploy Xcitium, and we see the hackers try to close Xcitium's protection, and they just can't, which give us an assurance that we cannot find easily in other solutions. There are few vendors that TicTac trusts, and Xcitium is one of them. So on top of that, we build our MSP stack and we grew our MSP stack. So the opportunity here is, okay, you can go for break and fix business. You can fix computers or you can do the networking. It's a one-time job. With Xcitium, you have something that you can charge every month, and on top of it, build your services, become better and better offering cybersecurity services. So let us show you now. I think Indu will take the stage now, and we will show you what amazed us in the first place, because we ran these tests in our own research and development lab. Indu will show us how Xcitium, the protection system, the protection module, is actually, we will take it through a ransomware case. Supposedly something comes in our computer and what we see. And another thing I want you to pay attention. In these days, when we go to incidents, we ask for logs. We ask for proof. What happened? When it happened? So with Xcitium, if you deploy the network sensors, you have logs from everywhere, from the Microsoft 365, from Google Workspaces, from the firewalls, all ingested in a single pane of glass in a SIEM solution. So I think, Indu, it's your turn.
Yeah, thank you.
Fire up your screen. Let's show some ransomware to people.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Hi everyone, my screen is visible to everyone, I hope. So today we are going to cover in the Xcitium platform how the real-time the ransomware can be protect in the threats. Going to show that we can cover the platform features. So now you can see my screen. This is the client security module option. So you can get the some of the DHLF Express logo in the specific email body. You can see the below some of the email relevant details that will be coming from the like delivery confirmation details. If you want to read the more information on the delivery confirmations details, you need to just download this PDF file. You need to read the document. Like that's we are getting some of the phishing email on this specific DHL Express logo from then. Okay, so when we are going to download this file, then after we execute this file, so our Xcitium client security and the ZeroDwell containment is protecting the live ransomware threat on the protections. So we are going to show now, just going to save this specific file on the specific device. Yeah, already saved. Just closing here. Going to
By the
the
way,
download.
this is, sorry to interrupt, Indu. This
Yeah.
is a typical situation in everyday SMBs, guys. A phishing email, a suspicious email is coming and it passes the filters, right? We have some filters in our email boxes, but for a weird reason, the hackers find a way to pass things through. So it reaches in our email box and it just needs one user, one single user out of 500 people in the organization, just one user to click. If the user clicks, this is what it happens.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see now the delivery confirmation.pdf, but this is not PDF. You can see this type of the file has been some of the application involved in this specific file. Maybe some of the ransomware file has been included in this specific module files. Just going to the execute this file on the client system. This file would be on yeah, it will come from the multiple source. It might be the pen drive or network devices or external devices through like some example is the email things. So once we receive those type of the threads, so we are going to then the end user can click the file to run the actual systems. So how the detection has been happen in the client security, you can see now the live. Just going to execute this file. You can see now what are the changes happen on the client systems.
So it's running now, Indu, right? It's executed.
Yeah, it is started. It is running on the client systems. You can see the pop-up notifications on the some of the applications running on the client systems, and you can see the below the secure the client application running on the containment inside. You can see now the file has been successfully executed on the client system. It'll be showing like the system has been successfully compromised on the system, the pop-up notifications. You need to do the some ransomware Bitcoin on the retrieve the data, those type of the pop-up notification and notepad, everything will be visible on the client system. You're getting correct. So here still the ransomware has been executed. Still the actual system has been safe. It is not encrypted the any file on the actual system, because we are creating the virtual platform, like any unknown file, a ransomware file or 0-day file can be executed in the actual system. We are creating the kernel level API virtualization. So the virtualization, we are creating the virtualizations on the 3 component hard disk, registry and COM interfaces. Any unknown file has been executed, it will be moved to the containment ZeroDwell containment technologies. It will be ran into the containment inside. It will not affect the actual system if the ran the ransomware file as well. Okay, so example, the
Indu,
file
let me pause to explain some things here, right?
Yeah.
Let me pause and let's think. Right now, the ransomware, the chain process of the ransomware has been actually executed. It executes in the machine, and you see this green windows there. If around the windows you can see a green line. This means that whatever is there, it doesn't touch the actual system. So it's isolated. All the interfaces of our system, our registry, our API calls, the external communications, everything is isolated within our system, which means that the notepad is our real notepad, but because it has been executed by an unknown process, it's being contained. It's been virtualized. The same happens, for example, for the browser window. You see, it's a browser window, it should open. Yes, but who executed? Who said, hey, browser window, come up on the screen? It was not the user, it was not the actual system, it was an unknown process. So whatever, when we see an unknown process, we monitor everything, not us, of course, the patented technology of Xcitium. Whenever an unknown process starts, the system thinks, okay, I need to contain whatever chain of actions are coming after that, after the first launch. And then if I decide whether it's safe, it will run normally. If we don't understand if it's something safe, it will run virtually. So yeah, I just paused in order to make people understand more about the technology.
Mike, excuse me, Mike, can I jump in? I think you should explain that same thing in Greek again. It's a very important process, and I think this is the crux of the whole concept that you're explaining. I think you can do that in Greek. We don't. I mean,
I'll try my Greek, Amar. I'll try my Greek for a while. First of all, I need to know if somebody wants me to explain this in Greek. Please write on the chat so we can see if somebody is paying attention here. So please write on the chat if you want me to explain this in Greek.
I like that. I like that. You put everybody on the spot, including me even.
I'll try. So if somebody says
even better, Mike, we're gonna put a quiz after that.
Yeah.
If they understood the whole idea.
Okay. The winner gets a reward, though. Winner, we have to think about some reward on the spot now. So we'll figure out something. The winner will get something if you're going to put a quiz out. So.
Perfect. So we have one guy saying yes, I want to explain in Greece. If I get another one,
there is one is as important as a million, Mike. You got to do it now.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. So still, you can see now the ransomware has been successfully executed on the client system. It's showing like the screen, the notepad and the browser page. It's showing like green color border icon. You can see now. because this has been not running in the actual system. The green color border on the page and notepad and pop-up windows, so everything is running in the virtual environment. That's the reason it's showing like the green color head link. Okay, so we can see now the system has been successfully compromised on the systems. It's showing the pop-up and everything, but these the system, you can see the all the file has been saved. It is not encrypted on the client system, even the ransomware execution also, because here you can see the pop-up window. It will be showing like the encryptions and everything, the file level, correct? So the all the file has been saved. You can see the file has been where the file has been executed on the client system, the VTRoot file. The whenever unknown file or zero trust file, maybe any unknown file or 0-day attacks can be executed on the client system, the virtual platform, the VTRoot, it will be created on the C drive. Okay, you can see once the C drive is creating the VTRoot file, it has been creating the fake environment, the hard disk environment. Here you can see the hard disk details, so which is the user's login on the specific client systems. You can see the Xcitium SE on the specific user's login. In the desktop, you can see whichever file it's available in the system. All the file it's be showing here, it has been encrypted, correct, normally. So our Xcitium relating the fake environment to cheating in the ransomware, it has been maybe ransomware think like it has been successfully, it's been compromised on the systems. But this system,
Indu, sorry, I need a pause here in order for people to explain to understand.
Yeah.
So what happened here, and you will write me if you want me to explain it in Greek. What happened here is you have seen that Indu showed us a VTRoot folder within our system. This folder is hidden. Usually it's not shown by normal users. This is where all the files of the new processes, of the unknown processes, are written on the disk. So as you can see here, this actual ransomware encrypted the files. You see what Indu showed us. Indu, if you can enlarge the window so you can see the extension of all files. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So as you can see, the files say it's a downloads/shortcut inc.bluesky. Blue Sky is the ransomware. So the files were actually ransomed. But what files? The copy of the files inside the VTRoot folder. So the ransomware thinks, and the hacker thinks it encrypted, right? So, and they cannot understand that, you know, it's something new or a sandbox or something like that. The actual files have been encrypted. We got a ransomware node, but all these things, and as you can see, the decrypt files of the ransomware node exist in our hard disk in a virtualized path that says VTRoot, hard disk volume 2, users, Xcitium SE, desktop. So this is the actual desktop of the user. So if the ransomware encrypted, for example, 20 files, 30 files, or something like that, we should see 30 files. Guys, this is very important to be understood. So what happens in the ransomware happens inside this folder. And when we close this window, or if Xcitium decides it's a ransomware and we can take it away, it deletes the whole folder. So this is the amazing thing that when we saw it in TicTac, we said, guys, come on, this can't be true. And then the second question that we ask is, you mentioned about virtualization. You mean that in a very small machine, you run a virtual desktop and it will take my RAM? No. It's a very lightweight virtualization. This is the patented technology. It will not take 20 gigabytes to make a virtual machine. It just virtualizes, and which means copies, and allows the process to work on the copies for the specific part of the unknown process. So whatever process launches, whatever happens after that, one process launches another, launches another, launches another. We don't care. Everything happens in this folder. This is the amazing part. And to be honest, you can test it. You can ask a trial and test it with 0-day ransomware on your, of course, in a virtual machine, but you can test it yourselves, right? So I have some questions here. What happens if the station has mapped drives in a file server that contains terabytes of data? So imagine this. The process, once we understand it's ransomware and it's a nefarious, let's say, process, then the process stops. It just does a sample and it stops. It doesn't continue. Now with shared folders, now Xcitium introduced with a new agent a new patented technology. Because, for example, what you say here, Dimitris, you say what happens in the shared folders. Now, these shared folders are not mine. If you have, for example, Xcitium protection on the server, you are fine because the process runs on the server. But what we have found in the past, 4 years ago, before Xcitium introduced that, they said, if you don't protect the server with Xcitium, it's just like a user copies or deletes the files. So we cannot stop it. But right now, Xcitium introduced another module that actually checks the entropy of the files. So it's a huge different topic that we were introduced some months ago, and it works. Imagine this. If you want to run Xcitium, you don't run it only on desktops. You run it on servers. You run it in the whole environment. And why is that? Because it also collects logs from every device. Because we had a ransomware incident last week, and we searched for logs what happened 20 days ago, because the attack initiated 20 days ago, and we didn't have logs. They were all deleted. Xcitium moves all the logs to the cloud. So you have a SIEM, and we know what happens 20 days ago, for example, right, in the SIEM. So by the way, you should know that Xcitium, or the MDR solution, the full package, contains 7 days hot storage of SIEM data from all your endpoints, from all your Google Drive, from all Microsoft 365, from all your firewalls. You have your own complete SIEM solution. And if you know, right now, NIS2 in Europe requires you to have SIEM in order to identify what happens 20 days ago, or a nefarious employee, right? Or a bad employee did something, you need to search it. Xcitium can cover that. It has the endpoint detection, it has the managed SOC, and also we have the SIEM back to see what happens. So, Dimitris, did I cover your question? Just say yes or no, so we can continue. Perfect.
Yeah.
So, Indu, sorry for the interruptions, the constant interruptions.
Yeah, I can. So here you can see the screen. So whenever any unknown file has been executed, it will move to the our containment inside. So the malware, the containment, ZeroDwell containment is creating the fake environment to cheating in the ransomware. Maybe this file has been, everything is successfully compromised, and the ransomware will think like it's been successfully compromised. But in the such things, it will not happen from this. Containment inside, any data cannot be leaked with the dark web website. Everything is available in the containment inside. It's not moved to the any dark web website. So using that, we are protecting the threat 100% using our ZeroDwell containment module. So you can see the console platform also. The whatever execution, the ransomware path, everything can see the console platform here. The EDR part, when the ransomware executed on the client system, all the events can be captured here, which is the systems on the, which is the computer name and the MITRE-ATT&CK framework used, and which is the static IP, maybe which is the technique MITRE-ATT&CK framework used on the specific relevant threat, malicious file related informations. Everything can track it, and you can see which is the user login and which is the path has been executed. You can see the as well informations, everything. Once we clicking the specific process details, you can see the timeline process when the malware has been executed, kind of the process level, network level, registry, and file level, and the browser things. Whenever file has been the ransomware executed, everything has been log can be captured from the timeline process when liberated, and it's been created new processes, and everything can be visible in the timeline process. And going to the tree view about the threats, so when the executed the ransomware, the blue sky ransomware, so it has been creating the whatever services executed on the client system .bsx exe. It has been creating the 33 file extension. It's been creating on the process level, on the systems, the endpoint level. You can see the net file level, registry level, network level, and process level. Whatever changes on the malwares on the client system, everything has been captured on the EDR module. It will be visible in-depth report on the client systems and the centralized console visibility in the platform. Okay, so if you want to in-depth report on the threat details, you can just click the any one of the module. You can get the sample report like the file, maybe when the malware, which is the file, has been executed, ransomware exe, and the file types, and the SLU and MD5 algorithms, everything can be captured. Then you can see the detection sections and the high level behavior distributions and the classification of the threats informations. Whatever changes on the systems, maybe you can get the behavior summary about the access file and the systems, whatever changes happen on the registry level, and read file informations, everything can be attached this specific file report. You can get the which is the country it's been involved on the specific threat, example, which is the port it's been used to communicate the threat, and IP informations, and the country, whatever countries been involved in the specific threat, everything can be captured. You can submit this audit report to audit cybersecurity auditing for first to auditors. Okay, so you'll so whenever the ransomware executed, immediately admin will get the email notification on the centralized console, also in the EDR part, which is the instant report you can capture from the panel. Once admin will get the immediate email notifications, then admin have to take the remediation action in the live system. Okay, then admin have to go to the specific system. They can take the remote access, or they can go to the individual system, how they want they can do that. Once you can go to the individual system administrators, you can see this secure icon. You can double click it, the client security option will be visible. Once you can click the task environment, once clicking the task, you can click the containment task options. You can see here reset the container. Okay, once clicking the reset the container option, the temper password protections will be enabled. End user cannot change any settings, any uninstall the client package purpose. So admin knows only this specific password information. So once they can entering this password.
By the way, sorry to interrupt, because this is very important. We have seen hackers trying to disable Xcitium for many, because we were connecting to a remote. I had an incident, and they were trying to disable Xcitium's protection, and they were trying passwords. They were trying to stop the process. They were trying to boot on safe mode. So yeah, we've seen them try a lot to disable the protection, and they didn't manage it. That's why we are so confident about the solution, because it has been battle tested on an ransomware incident where the hacker is still inside, and we use Xcitium. Why? Because when you go in a ransomware, we deploy Xcitium everywhere. We get logs directly to the SIEM console. The hacker cannot delete the logs, and we have protection and containment everywhere. So we observe whatever happens, even within the incident, in order to isolate specific parts. So this feature there, that it's a part of our configuration in any customer. So no, even the customer, for our managed customers, even the customer cannot disable Xcitium in our managed customers. So you either decide with your customer, will you handle Xcitium? Okay, take it like a normal antivirus, just work with it. But if you want full protection, you need managed services. We need to take care of your external firewall. We need to check for your networking. We need to check your NAS. And by the way, sorry to interrupt, but we had a question here about the NAS. There is no agent from Xcitium to be installed on the NAS because it's a different operating system. It's a proprietary. So for example, in Synology and in other known brands, it does not allow easily a solution to be there. But remember, most attacks do not start on the NAS. There are two ways to get in. One, the endpoint, we protect it. Second, your firewalls. So when the people are asking for managed services, we do a holistic approach. Solutions cannot do anything. We need people there to check the environment and to propose a secure infrastructure or a separate segmentation of this device, hard passwords, updates there, because we had a lot of ransomware incidents directly on NASes, but the hacker was prior inside an endpoint that was not detected. Right? Not directly on the NAS, except if you put your NAS outside and with an open port with a username and password whenever somebody hits your IP. That's where you need our services for a consultation, right? There are things that solutions do and there are things that engineers do, right? We are not, let's say, IT people. We are doing cybersecurity currently. So this is where we have a complicated solution, right? Because NASes are common, especially in law firms, for example, right? In accountants, they always have NAS. And usually we find that when we hit their IP, when we look up their IP, we can see the port of the NAS outside. This is not a normal thing to do. Let's have a discussion and set up a proper infrastructure. This is the managed services that we provide. Sorry for the long thing, and I'm going to reply the questions after you finish, Indu.
Yeah, thank you. So once entering this temper password protections, you can see here what our services is and which is the file has been executed on the client system on the path. Everything it will be visible here. You can see that informations in the dashboard. Okay, so once clicking the error changes, the task, you can see the whatever changes happen on the which the ransomware executed on the client system, whatever execution on the path and file, notepad, and execution on the services, everything will be changed in the few minutes. On clicking the error changes, within the minutes on the services, on the file, ransomware execution events, on the file and notepad and pop-up window, everything has been cleaned on the systems. Now the system has been cleaned. There is no ransomware events, no ransomware threats, execution path and file information on the client system. You can see now everything has been cleaned.
Using,
yeah.
Sorry, I just want to jump. I think we've covered this containment quite well. I'm aware that Mike wants to do the ITSM as well.
Sure.
So I think we should move on, and I think most of the people have got a good understanding of containment and how it works, and the key points about our product. In addition to that, guys, we do, the standard antiviruses in there. We have the host intrusion detection. We have EDR for deep log analysis, and all of that we will show on case-by-case basis. Please contact us with your specific requirements, and we will fix up a demo, and we actually fix up a demo for your customers, and we're happy to work with you as our resellers. We would love to call you our partners as we go forward. So let's have a list of your names and your accounts and what we can work together and how we can grow the business together, and we will help you through that. But I think you got the basic concept of where we're coming from and why we think we have a strong argument and strong case for you to sort of adopt us as partners and work with us and go to market together and try to get the close. Just one thank you, Indu, for on that, because as I said, we are already an hour into this, and people might have other arrangements in life. Okay. One of the things I want to just pick up is on the NAS thing. Mike, would that not be covered by latest patented network share technology? Because we now have this patented technology that monitors network shares, and that if we detect anything corrupt, anything unknown across the network, we will block it from entering the endpoints.
Exactly, as long as an agent is there and sees the network shares, if it
You
sees
just have
high
to
entropy,
have it enabled. Yeah, you just have to
yeah,
have the
everywhere.
network share technology enabled. We just got that's patent 27 plus. When I wrote 27 plus 1, and that 1 is the network share, which we just got last year, last few months actually. And that technology basically monitors your network shares, and then it doesn't contain doesn't run virtualization, but it blocks it from entering any endpoint. Okay, and that's a strong protection that we offer from anything entering your endpoints from the network. So you basically we're making your endpoints completely infection free. And the other thing is, it doesn't matter where it comes from on the endpoint. It could be from anything, from your USB stick, hard drive dropped from the sky. It doesn't matter where it comes from to the endpoint. We won't let it run. Okay,
perfect.
Let's move on.
So I think the Greek team will take on right now to show its love about the Xcitium. Fotis, you've raised your hand, but I think
because
you should show also
I've seen
your screen.
Yeah, I will share my screen. First of all, I've seen some really interesting questions, especially from Mr. Dimitris Grivas, and we like making the advocate of the devil on ourselves, because we are also using each product every day, and we put our name on it. And it's really important when you put your name on something to also back it up. So what I want to say, and if you were paying attention in the chat, Mr. Dimitris Grivas has put on the table some really interesting questions. So you have to think in general that you have a tool, and I will say it simply, and I will say it in a really simple terms. Let's say that you are a fighter and you are in a ring. When you're in the fighter and you're in a ring, imagine that the ZeroDwell Xcitium, the containment, the whole module, is your left hand. You will not use only your left hand in the fight if you are fighting in the ring. That's why there are a lot of modules that complement this module. You also have the EDR. You also have the virus scope. You have everything on your device that are monitoring the behavior of the device at all times. So there are a lot of modules together working to protect you. And now we will go in sharing the screen. And Mr. Dimitris Grivas, I really liked your questions.
Yeah, it's very technical, very to the point. He will be our friend, I guess.
They're all our friends, Mike. You can't pick one.
No. We have
Everybody's
friends
our
that
friends.
we can talk technical jargon every day. So this is, sometimes
I know
we
you
get
love
excited talking to these people.
You love the technical. Fotis, feel free to switch into Greek at any time if you feel comfortable with that.
I would say that our team can practice English.
Okay.
Fotis,
Yeah.
do we have a problem?
Let me practice my English, Amar.
Go for it.
Okay, perfect.
So what I wanted to say before Fotis starts is the reason why TicTac have selected Xcitium. Back in the days it was Komodo, because then we were searching for an RMM tool, right? And I will just share this story. We were searching for an RMM tool that could do some things that, we needed to replace, the team viewers, the AnyDesks, and all the stuff, and have a full view of the infrastructure, be able to run updates. With AnyDesk, we couldn't run updates. We couldn't do it in mass. And we found this wonderful solution that is now called Xcitium. Right at that day, I had a lot of friends talking about the RMM Italian, right? And they were saying good words. So because it was in a very good price and it could do a lot of stuff. So we went in, one of our engineers said, hey, Mike, let's test this stuff. We can manage the whole infrastructure with a single pane of glass. And I said, okay, let me go through a lot of RMMs. And we ended up in Italia, so we tested it. And then we found out that Italian was connected with a specific protection. And I said, we can't do that. We don't trust somebody saying that they're protecting devices. And we said that we saw that in this RMM, we could only install Xcitium, nothing else. No assets, no Bitdefenders, no nothing. And I said, okay, I cannot only have this solution that only has this protection that I didn't test it. And then we ran the tests. And I said, okay, let's test it because the RMM is nice. We love it. It's in a very good price. Now let's test the security. And we were amazed. I remember my engineers running every month the zero-day malware on this thing, and it didn't budge. It was all run in containment. And then we said, guys, probably we have the best solution. Let's build managed services on it. And this is what we propose you today. Run the solution yourself, put some machines, install and uninstall updates, put applications, remove applications, check your monitors, go through command lines, go with RMM, do the magic stuff you do every day, but get a wonderful protection, which is amazing. And also give your customers the SIEM. It's very important for investigations. Part of our Dave TicTac in the last 3 months is forensic investigations. In order to perform this, the more logs we have, the better we end up in a good conclusion. So it's important because you get it within the price with Xcitium. Fotis, tell us why you love Xcitium RMM.
Yeah. So I will not make you bored. Hopefully, I will just say 2-3 things that are important for me from my point of view, and I like making the advocate of the devil. And I will say to you why I like Xcitium like 100%. So this is the console that we have here, and this is the.
Fotis, what operating systems you have there? I see also you have mobile devices. Does Xcitium support mobile devices?
Yeah, it also.
I see Kali Linux also.
Yeah, it has everything here, everything you need. And what you can also do that is really important is that you can wipe, you can remote wipe, that it's your fear. What I am thinking every time I'm using, let's say, a solution, or when I'm talking with a customer or a new provider maybe that approaches us, I'm always thinking, what is my biggest fear? My data, if someone attacks me with a ransomware, and if I get hacked, everything. That's my fear. And we Xcitium actually built on these fears, in my opinion, one of the best solutions in the market. So
let's see stuff, Fotis. Let's see stuff. People want to see stuff.
Okay, perfect. So let's say that you have this device, and we are talking about the remote tools. How will you get access on the device? It uses the WebRTC protocol, and my colleague Thanasis, that has his camera off, he will give me permission to enter this device in his device, hopefully.
By the way, let's discuss this quickly. In the policy that you use in Xcitium, you can say, I want to enter this device with user's permission or not, because I may be managing a customer that it's, let's say, a server and nobody's on there, but I may be using an endpoint that the users are on the office. So I need permission. So you can almost determine anything you wish in the RMM. It's like an open source that you can adjust everything, whatever you need. So as you can see, Fotis gained access to the desktop, right? It's within the license.
Yeah, so I'm inside the desktop here, and as you can see, the user has visibility that I've entered on his desktop, and everything is auditable. So I cannot do whatever I want. Everything will appear. And here is like, let's say, what I'm always saying is, because I have background in fitness, it's like a remote solution on steroids. It can do everything that a remote solution can do, but it can do it better. And I have everything here. Maybe I will download something today. I don't know if I will, but you can limit test the device, and we are limit testing the devices, let's say, for fun. A lot of times we see a new threat coming, we test it on the device. So
Fotis, let's go quickly through the options of the RMM. I mean the PowerShells and stuff like that, because we don't have a lot of time. So let's show the options that we have on the RMM, what we can see, how we can connect to the machine.
So here you just choose the machine, and you can take remote access from the console side and run your commands. And here I will again connect to the remote host, and I can use remotely CMD or PowerShell on the device. In my eyes, what I want to do as an engineer is to have control over a machine and visibility over the machine. So what Mike said before, he said, I get a lot of events. We need the SIEM. What you need over a device and over a customer is visibility on everything. What we've seen from Xcitium is that you have visibility on everything, on every security event that you can take. Here, for example, you can see in the Kali device that an attack has been quarantined, and you can take the remediation actions from here. You can take an action endpoint, you can delete the file, you can isolate the device even if you want, and you can take the hash and just go to VirusTotal, for example, and you will get your verdict in seconds, and you will go with the process that we have, let's say, internally as a company. Isolate the device, communicate with the customer is the escalation process that we use. But
Fotis, sorry to interrupt. Can we go through again? Let me talk about some things about the RMM, because a lot of guys here are actually managing infrastructure. So could you go again, please, to the Digos machine, so we can see the RMM part again? So I want to talk about some very serious things that we need daily in our job.
Do you mean taking access on the device?
No, just click on the device. I just want to tell some things that are important for a lot of guys are doing IT support. So I want you to go through every tab, the device name, just go beyond, not on the policy. Just go to the options that we have for the device. For example, the applications, the uninstallations, and the third-party applications. If you can go to the can you go please to the device list, and just click on Tigos DS and stay there.
Yeah.
I will tell you what I would like as an IT guy to see. So just go there. Okay, perfect. So this is a summary of your system, right? It's in the computer name, it's your IPs, it's your hardware, it's everything. Your CPU load, you can see on the bottom that you have CPU usage, you can see your RAM usage, you can see the hard disks. This stuff is important. We might want to know when a hard drive is bad, when, for example, it's full, when the RAM is full, right? And we can also monitor and create alerts on that. Let's go to networks, Fotis. There, next to summary, let's go to networks. Perfect. I can see where it is connected. If I have a network problem, I can check what is the DNS, what is the gateway, what is the MAC address of this machine. I might want to know. Let's go to the software inventory, Fotis. It's important also. what software is installed in this device. And I can also click on an application and install it without touching or without remotely going into the machine, right? Also, I can install and uninstall third-party applications, right? So we have all that we need in an RMM tool and more. We can install MSI packages. Let's suppose your user wants to install, let's say, Soft1 MSI to everybody, the CRM. We can click the MSI and install it everywhere. We can do patch management. Very important. Please, Fotis, please explain what we see here.
Yeah. So here you have like a global software inventory, and you can see where it is installed. And if you want, you can actually install applications on your devices remotely. Like Xcitium has, in my eyes, has everything you need. It's like a helicopter over a field, but you can also take an action on everything. So you can also do patch management. You can see the actual CVs.
And you can also ask Xcitium to do the patch, to install the patch,
exactly,
the newest patch. You have a full list of your latest patches that you need to do. Let's suppose that you are applying this patch Tuesday. That I don't know anybody here in Greece that applies that apart from enterprises. But anyway, let's suppose that you have a patch Tuesday. And on patch Tuesday, you want this update to be enrolled. And what do you usually do? We can create groups and subgroups of machines. For example, the servers can be shown separately, or you can create a test group and apply the patches on a test group. This all can be done through the RMM. It's amazing what you can do with the RMM. I think
we have the third-party patches also. Sorry to interrupt you. So we have the third-party patches for more than 500 corporate applications used. Those patches also available in the patch management solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect. So
I think we're okay, Mike.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of stuff to see. Fotis, thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you.
There are a lot of things you saw and a lot of things that we cannot cover, because if we are going through a training of Xcitium RMM and EDR, you can do as much as 30 minutes just for the RMM, for example, for the basic things, as long as 6 hours to get the feel of what you have in this console. So you can be just an MSP managing businesses, and you can get the RMM and have a very good RMM, very effective, battle tested, many years of experience in this RMM. And you can also go through the full suite of Xcitium, where you can approach an organization of 500 seats that you need to do patch management, you need to protect it, you need SIEM, you need management and detection and response. You might need to observe things, see timelines of events happening, correlate events. It's amazing what you can see. So I think I need to stop talking now because we have exceeded a lot.
I need 2 minutes. I need 1 or 2 minutes. That's it. With one slide, unless you have another item on the agenda between.
I've been talking a lot.
Are we at the end of your technical presentations and stuff?
Except if they have questions after your presentation, Amar.
Okay.
Please show what you have.
Okay, I just want to share one thing. And here we go. I'm assuming everybody can see my slides. Gone the wrong way. Bear with me 1 second. I'll get to that. Okay. This is the slide I wanted to put up actually before we get to even questions and answers. So key takeaways, okay? And I know there is 2 separate sets of you in the presentation. Maybe there's more. Maybe we have enterprises, resellers, MSPs. Now, wherever you actually sit in the whole cybersecurity world out there and presentations, I want the key takeaways. There's a message for all of you. If you are an enterprise, I hope you have seen enough from all of us to say we can cover the complete security. Item number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Complete security. We can do EDR, XDR, SIEM, CNAP, Cloud Security Posture Management, KSPM 365 24/7. We can do that for you. So give us a chance and we will show you how we can do that if you're an enterprise. If you're an MSP, you can provide managed security services based on our platform and run straight from there. As an enterprise, you will get your own platform, own login, standalone. You manage everything. We help you manage that. That's done. As an MSP, you can add your own services, support, local services, and so on, and you can work on that basis. Now, if you're a reseller, and that's important to me as well, if you're a reseller that has customers where you're selling products, you're not selling it based on what you're providing as services, but you're buying 20 pack, 100 pack, 200 pack, 1000 pack. We have distributors that's TicTac would supply you this. So if you're interested in 500 endpoint licenses, okay, we have that as well. You purchase order 500 endpoint licenses, and we ship you. We send you the invoice, and we send your end customer the serial number, the key code. That's how we deliver that. Okay, so you as a reseller can concentrate on sales to your end customers, knowing that we have something special. And the special is this. This is what we give you. When you go and speak to anybody, if you're an end customer, you can see this for yourselves. If you're MSP, you can tell your customers. If you're a reseller and you're going out and seeing your enterprises, you can go to them with Xcitium on this basis, that we won't let you down when it comes to endpoint security. Okay, we eliminate user dependency, i.e. you don't have to teach users not to click a ransomware file. Okay, very, very, very important. Users will click. A file comes via email, they will click. They can click with Xcitium. If you got Xcitium at the endpoint, they can click. We eliminate detection dependency. Okay, we don't care when it was updated, the signatures were updated. We don't care. That's why people that run on-premise, because you can run Xcitium, the whole shebang, on-premise as well. So people that run it on-premise, they rely on us much better. They can, because they don't have to worry about that remote updating of antivirus signatures all the time. Okay, you can take this key thing, you can take remote control of the PCs with the device management. Okay, and you can, this one of the big things that a lot of competitors don't have is you can control on the remote desktop what you allow via a USB port, and we have different ways of controlling. So you don't have to block completely the USB ports. You can say these are the allowed devices on the via USB ports. Okay, then we offer the complete security. And that's all I want to say. What my message is, we have you covered for security. And thank you. If I don't get a chance to speak again, thank you very much. Okay.
I will also, thank you very much, Amar. I will also share here my screen for a free trial for whoever is not collaborating with us, but they need to test it, to test if we are saying the truth and why we are so enthusiastic about it. So you can see this, you can download it, you can start your free trial, and you can ask for whatever support you need, but just try it. I think once somebody tries it and gives it an afternoon, I will give you a scenario. That's how we loved Xcitium. We just devoted a single afternoon. We enrolled 3 machines, remote machines, or one, for example, from a server. And we installed the protection. And then we tried the the 0 days. So you can be covered, like, it works. It covers. This thing works. And then you can test the RMM. You can test the patching. Just devote some time, and probably you will be in love with Xcitium as we are, right? So go on there and download it. Whatever question you might have, we'll be here for 1-2 minutes if you want to ask us something, and we can probably switch to Greek if you want, to answer anything you want, or you can contact our sales team in order to get whatever material you need for Xcitium. One last comment: it's NIS2 compatible, which means it covers a lot of the things that we will cover for your clients for NIS2, right? And it's a new trend here for the last 1 year in Europe, and you can solve a lot of your problems with Xcitium in NIS2. Perfect. I don't know if anyone from our team or others want to say something. I'm just trying to gain some time if we have
unless anybody has questions.
Yeah, if there are any questions, I will be happy to answer. Or you can find us, you know where to find us. It's TicTac.gr. And the funny thing is that it used to be a name. TicTac was the hard disk that was going down, right? When the hard disk failed, we said we are TicTac. When this happens, TicTac, tac, tac, tac. It's the head of the disk that fails. That's why it's our name. But right now with ransomware, that we became so specialized in protection, TicTac is the sound of the clock that it's ticking and your business is down, and you're hiring TicTac in order to get you out of this bad situation, right? So
wow, I've learned that today. I thought you named it after the mint, the little TicTac things.
No.
I thought somebody liked TicTacs.
Good.
Okay.
So I don't think we have any questions. Thank you, Amar.
Okay,
Thank you to
let's
the
close it
Xcitium
then.
team for supporting us today. Thank you all for being here. I think we're done.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks.